Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, you guys? So, I've been home a while in Uganda, and it's been a while since I was in front of a camera. I've been really, really busy because, when you get back in the country, you've been away for so long, it becomes really busy. You have a lot of things to do. Like, for example, getting this place, trying to make it a home. I was so busy. But I feel like I need to give you guys an update, especially regarding passing through Entebbe Airport. And one of my best tips that probably helped me, and I feel like it can be helpful to someone if you're traveling into Uganda from anywhere, you are Ugandan, you're not, especially if you're Ugandan, or especially if you are black, because all blacks kind of look the same. So if you're black, you might be singled out to be Ugandan when you are at the Ugandan airport. The thing is, I was really worried about, the Uganda Revenue Authority asking for money from me for taxes. And I spent a lot of time researching, making sure that I know the rules, making sure that if I get to the Ugandan airport, I would get through smoothly. But that was all for nothing. Yeah, that was all for nothing because when I reached the airport, apparently I could have done all the research for all the rules, but I would still need to pay taxes if I didn't know one very important thing that you need to do. Finally, yes, of course, they will scan your good, they will scan your bags when you're entering into Uganda. There are those scans, and then comes the checking part. I realized every other time I passed through the Ugandan airport, they would make me open my bags. Really. That is why I was trying to follow the rules, because I didn't want, when they make me open my bag, I didn't want them telling me, okay, now you have to pay taxes. Every other time they did make me open my bag, I opened and they found out maybe I had gadgets like cameras, because, I love making videos, it's my hobby. So they would see the cameras, and there were not like so many pieces of the same. No, it would be like one camera and maybe a microphone and maybe a big ring light and maybe all these simple pieces which kind of are just for one person who is having a hobby. So every other time I thought this was standard. I thought everyone who came through that airport had to open their bag. I literally thought that because every single time they made me open mine. So even this time, I was really expecting that to happen. And it did happen to so many other people. This didn't happen to me. That is why this is a great tip. I know it really works. While I was on a plane, there was this guy who came to me and he was saying hi to me. Yeah, actually, I should reach out to him very soon and thank him. And I was telling him how I'm worried. I have all these perfumes, I have all this equipment, I have this and that. I'm so worried about going through the Ghanaian airport. I think they're going to ask for taxes from me. Then he asked me, how many pieces do you have? And he said, ideally, you would be okay because I didn't go anywhere over the limits. I calculated the liters in the perfumes, yo. I was looking at my perfumes at 300 mils, okay, plus 500 mils. I was calculating, and obviously they were not that big. They're not so big perfumes. They're usually smaller. And I was adding and making sure I don't go over the limits. And then when I told him, he said, ideally, you should be fine, but it is Uganda. And you know your country very well. So there is still a chance that you might be asked to pay taxes, okay? And obviously the perfumes I had, because some of them were gifts, some of them smelled good, some of them had brands, like it has a Dior brand, but it's not actually a Dior perfume. You get my point? So if you reach the airport, they look, you have a Dior brand, they will value it as a Dior perfume, but when in fact it is not. And you end up paying a lot of money on something that you bought even cheaper. The tip is coming, just have to stick around. You need the background story. Also, please, before you leave, give me a like, support me on my channel, leave a like, leave a comment. That really helps me and I appreciate it. The tip is like this, because the Ugandan airport is, of course, it has all these machines that are scanning, but there are also the people who are going to ask you to open your bags, the people working in customs, working in the Ugandan Revenue Authority. I don't know if you guys keep hearing the hand, but yeah, I'm home. Yes, I love the sound. I really love the sound. The fact that I'm home in my backyard. There are bananas, there are plantations. I'm getting off point. The point is, when you are entering and you appear suspicious, you appear like, you're not just a traveler. Maybe you had gone out shopping. He gave me these tips like, when you enter into the airport after checking out with the customs, when you go, stay straight, don't interact with anyone. Don't try to make eye contact, because when you make eye contact, that's when you'll be like, oh, hey, okay, can you open this bag? Don't make eye contact. And then he explained to me, and it all made sense, because I've been through the Uganda airport many times, not too many, but many times. And every single time, they made me open my bag, because you know what? I was always making eye contact with everyone. Everyone, hey. And you're like, okay, excuse me, ma'am, can you open this bag? But this time, do you know what I did? I pulled out my camera and I was recording myself the whole time. So, no human interaction. Clearly, if someone has their camera and they're literally selfieing and taking pictures or recording themselves, there is no one who is going to interact that. There's no one who's going to interrupt. That's what I did. Obviously, plus that, don't interact with anyone. I remember when I was waiting for my bags to come through, there were so many people obviously surrounding the place, and people were trying to interact, trying to make eye contact, like, hey, my bag hasn't come yet, yeah? My bag hasn't come yet. And one guy looked at me, kept a straight face. There is no way I was risking this experiment. There is no way. I really wanted results. I wanted to go through the airport. I've spent enough time researching, because this is basic. This is important to me. Do you know opening your bags? And I'm not the best at parking, honestly. I'm not the best when it comes to parking. I park anyhowly, and when I reached Dubai airport, I remember one bag was a little bit too heavy, while the other one was less heavy, because one was big, one was small. So I had to pick some things from one too heavy bag and put them in one lesser heavy bag, and it had no space. So imagine I had to move things from here into here, lighter things from the small bag and into the big bag, and heavy things into the small bag. So the small bag was literally full of things that are heavy. I'm talking perfumes, equipment, laptop, all those things were in the heavy. No, that wasn't my laptop. Like, heavy things were in the small bag to try to balance the weight. So I didn't want anyone to make me open these bags. I really did not. And guess what? The trick really worked. I remember after I had checked through, and I'm very sure after this point, there is no one who is going to call me. And still, obviously, I was still recording myself. I was still making a video. But obviously, I was kind of faking it. I wasn't into it. I'm going to look for that video and try to insert it for you guys. I was faking it. I wasn't really into the video. So like I was saying, hey, I've reached the Uganda airport, let me record myself. Nope. I was doing it just to remove people's eyes on me somehow. I know eyes were looking at me, but to remove that kind of human interaction from me. Yeah. So while I was doing that, I was seeing all these other guys whom they were making open their bags. And some of them didn't even have a lot of bags like I did, because I had 3 bags. I had 3 bags, like 2 which came from down, and one that was, from inside the cabin. And obviously my handbag was also kind of heavy, Anyway, I was seeing all these guys, I was like, thank God for that tip. Thank God, because I don't have to deal with that. Anyway, that's it, you guys. So when you're going through the Ugandan airport, mind your business, first of all. Yeah, don't try to socialize. Don't make eye contact. Because if you don't make eye contact, those guys won't call you. Yes, sometimes they might really, really come to you and tap on you like, hey, can you open this bag? But what I saw and what I realized, as long as you show them like I'm here and I'm out, I want to go, they are not going to come to you. Okay, that's it. That's about today. I love it here. Let me show you guys the behind of my backyard. Look around. The weather, birds. Man, I love Africa. Okay, that's it, guys. I'll see you. I will make more videos very soon once I stop being too busy, which I am currently. I'm so busy. A lot of things I need to get ahead, then I can settle down. I haven't even worked ever since I came here, and I've been here for a week now, and I have not worked. You know, you guys, I work online, so I can work literally anywhere. So bye bye, see you in the next one.